Yo, 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 Salaam nerds! It's your boy Neebz, aka Watch with Neebz, and I'm here with my co-host Jazz, aka Hugh Jazzman.
Hugh Jasmine? Is it
Yeah,
because is he coming back? Is he coming back?
is he? Is he? I don't
I guess
know.
we don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. We got tons of stuff to talk about, so we'll get to that for sure. Jazz, how's everything going with you?
Good man. I may have a surprise for you a bit later, but we'll do that at the end of the show.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, wow, that's never happened before. Now I'm excited.
Yeah,
Now and
you'll see.
nervous. All right. I'm excited and nervous. All right. Well, let's introduce our guest, man. It's time to introduce our guest. So we have with us Ajmeri. She is a lawyer. She is a Marvel fan, and she is from Ohio. So two of those things are really cool.
Hey, Ohio's not so bad, okay? It's not so bad.
How do you know the Ohio thing was
Yeah.
it? How do you know
I'm
it
trying
was
to
being
figure
a
out
lawyer?
what are the
Come on.
two?
I
Wild
like how
guess.
you made that assumption. It was right, but I like how you made that assumption.
I thought it was the lawyer one, but okay.
Oh, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. We are definitely trying to get more and more people to join our show, our little recap episode. Hopefully, you'll find it a lot of fun. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, I live in Dublin, Ohio. It's a suburb in Columbus. I live with my 10-year-old daughter and my husband, and I am a criminal defense attorney, and I have been
Oh,
one for over 10 years. Before that, I did some banking and securities law, and I thought my soul was dying. So, I went back to what I
Wow.
loved, which was defending innocent people from the government.
Oh, yes, that's right. From the government. I love it.
allegedly.
Love it. That's awesome, man. That's really cool. I'm really Jazz. I feel like we have been interviewing so many lawyers that like we should be set if we ever get sued.
Oh, dude, we have contract lawyers, we have family law lawyers, we have now a criminal defense lawyer. So, like, yeah, I think we're pretty good now.
Oh man, we can do anything. We can rule the world.
We just need like an entertainment lawyer and a
Oh,
medical
yeah.
lawyer for me. Yeah, problem solved.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into some generic Marvel news. A lot of cool stuff happened in Marvel this week. Let's start off with the big elephant in the room. Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine in Deadpool 3.
I
What
don't
are your
know.
thoughts?
I don't know how Feige did it, man. How does he keep doing this? Like, Hugh Jackman was like, "Oh, I'm done, never coming back," right? And then I'm guessing it's a really big bag of money that convinced him because I cannot think of any other reason for him to come back.
It could be just him
Well,
and Ryan Reynolds just have a big bromance, man. Sometimes, sometimes you just got to do it for the homie.
Is it
didn't he
really
say he
that?
was going to come back if the MCU offered it to him? He said he was going to come back if it was offered.
Yeah.
Is it really? Okay, I thought it was
Hmm.
done.
I think he said if there was a good enough idea, he would do it. And Deadpool might be the best way to do that.
Yep. Because he was in the
Uh,
trailer, so yeah, maybe it is the whole. Aside from it being a good story, the fact that Ryan Reynolds is there is probably like, hey, come on, let's do it.
And
from
the
what I,
money.
yeah, the money's got to help. But like from what I understand, in the end of Deadpool 2, he does go back in time and kill his self, and saves Wolverine the trouble and says, "Hey, you owe me one." So I don't know. I don't know.
Yes, because he can die.
Yeah, yeah. All right, cool. What else happened? So that's the good news, but we also have some bad news.
Yeah, I think it's bad news on two fronts for this movie because it's
Yeah,
both the director and the main actor.
go into it. Go on. Go on.
Okay, all right. Just had
Go.
like a dramatic pause there, but Bassam Tarek unfortunately has stepped back from his role as director of Blade. Mahershala Ali is reportedly frustrated with the way the script is written, and like it's just not looking good right now.
Here's the thing, man. I don't know how much I buy the Marshall Ali being frustrated with the script. Like, I feel like where are they getting that information from? That's kind of weird. Because, like, first of all, the two things shouldn't even be correlated, right? Because the director did not write the script. So people insinuating that this story came out as soon as the idea of the director getting put as off the movie, why are the two related? The director didn't write the movie. You can't say they let the director go because of a bad script. I feel like there's a lot of bad eggs out there trying to correlate the two to try to make it look like it's like, what do they
Oh,
call Ashmir, what do they call that in law? Hearsay?
Yeah,
Or
hearsay. I mean, this is what happens with every news story, right? All these things, rumors start flying, and then you find out like later what's really happening. Who knows what's happening? But this movie has been announced years ago, and
yeah.
there's very little about it out there. So I don't know what's gonna happen with this movie if it's even gonna come out anytime soon.
So
oh,
here
I think what's happening is that the script obviously was not written by either of them, right? But the script is so bad that both the actor and the director are done with it.
really.
I think
I'm
it's not that
surprised.
one caused the other, rather they're both the result of the same symptom.
I'm surprised
See,
Feige would let that through though, like to get to this point, and unless he just was completely hands off. And we know, I mean, there are so many reports that he is not a hands off person. He is in
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, it's
So
not. But like,
I
how many movies are there right now and shows in the pipeline? I don't think he's like hands off. I think he just might be busy.
I don't know. Blade is a big project. He's not just going to be hands off on Blade. Like I can see him being hands off on She-Hulk, maybe Miss Marvel. I do not see him being like, yeah, I'm just going to let you do your thing on Blade. That's too big of a franchise. Um, I have another theory. My theory is like I feel like the story is bogus. I feel like
Oh,
there are people out there, and I know them because I see it on Facebook. I see it in my comment section. They have an agenda to to incite more bad press whenever there is a person of color involved. It's kind of like,
oh,
so the director got let go. Somebody came up with this whole like all this stuff happened. I can't find the source. I can't even like corroborate it. Story gets crazy. Then there's people who like take this misinformation and they pass it off like it's Bible, right? Like it's really true. And then, a lie, spreads way faster than the truth. So this gets everywhere. And their reason for doing that is because there are people whose agenda it is to prove that going woke means going broke. So it's like, whenever you go woke for something, that means the quality is bad. They're trying to correlate the two. So whenever something goes bad, they're going to find a way to correlate it to it being a director of color or a writer of color, and make it that. That's my theory. That's how, from being in the trenches, seeing all this stuff in comic TikTok, that would be my guess.
that's a safe
so
bet.
the source is Jeff Snyder. He's a film critic and columnist for LA Mag and a reporter for The Ankler. I have never heard of either of these two things. So I am almost inclined to buy your theory there, man. Like, I don't know who this is, like, and why people are running with it.
Right? It's weird. I don't know. And then it's the same thing with Batgirl. Like Batgirl, they like as soon as it got canned, they came up with all these rumors saying it was the worst movie ever. It was so trash. When really they released like a few weeks later the audience scores, and it's the same as Black Adam. It's literally the same score as Black Adam.
Wow.
So like, like how did that story spread if that wasn't true, right?
Let's see if it's the same guy. Want to be the same guy who posted it first.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing yet, but that's my theory, and that's all the Marvel news we have. I think Werewolf by Night is coming out soon, and I
Oh,
believe
there was one more
what
piece of info. The show with Rhodey.
It's a
It's
Armor
movie
a full
now.
Armor
show.
Wars.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a movie.
movie.
Wait,
Yes.
when did that come out? I didn't hear that.
Like
Today.
a couple hours ago, I think, right? Like
Oh
maybe.
man, I was eating dinner. Oh man, damn it! This is what I get for being a fatty. Uh, all right,
Oh,
cool. Armor Wars is the movie now. That's exciting.
Yo.
What?
I cannot believe this.
What's
In
happening?
2018, the Snyder guy was ripping on Batgirl.
He was ripping on
oh,
Batgirl. All right. Listen, man, there's a lot of bad eggs out there. And you know what? It might not even be what they think. It might be what their fans and their audience think, and they want to give the audience what they want. If their audience
Mm.
is filled with these like incel, like misogynistic man babies, and they get a story that they can run with, they're going to post it. They're going to want the retweets. They're going to want the likes. They're going to want all that engagement.
This is fascinating because, like, I truly do think now that it may be that, and then people are spinning the way he's writing his words here.
Listen,
Ooh.
I am so like I was on the TikTok Creator Fund for about a year, and let me tell you, money does things to you. There, before I left, I would let my page get toxic. I would let some things fly. I would let I was like, oh, at least I get engagement out of it. At least I get some money out of it. Like I hated that train of thought, and it does something to you. So I wouldn't be surprised these people do that.
Damn. Okay, one last bit of info on that.
All right.
Chad Stahelski, is that how you pronounce the name? He's the director of John Wick. He's
Mhm.
allegedly interested in doing Blade.
Ooh, that would be very cool. I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of names thrown out there, so we'll see.
Mhm.
All right, cool. So let's get into She-Hulk. Speaking of a lot of bad eggs, how about this Josh guy? This fucking Josh.
Oh my God, Josh.
All right, Marie, why don't you take it? Why don't you take it?
Well, okay. First of all, I've had a lot of thoughts about this episode. What? Why did She-Hulk, did Jen not do a background search on him? Because first episode, she starts off really strong, like, hey, as a woman, we have to protect ourselves or else we get murdered. And then she's going out with a guy that she just met, and there's no background search done. That's not what happens in real life. We do background searches. And we find out everything about this man. So I'm a little bit like, what is she doing? She's, she didn't vet this guy. And she's an attorney, a criminal attorney. So I don't know.
All right.
not,
All
I
right,
have a
knows
lot of
better.
thoughts about this. A lot of
let's
thoughts
let's
about this.
let's talk about this because I have heard the complete opposite from women. They say that they find it attractive when a man doesn't have any social media presence.
What?
Oh no!
And
Okay.
yes,
What?
oh my god, especially brown women, they always say that if a man has
What?
a big social media platform, it's a red flag. And I'm like, wouldn't the other way around be a red flag? Because then he can just like do stuff and not get caught because he's on the
Yeah,
down
it's a
low.
red flag. So if you don't have a social media, I'm talking professionally. If you don't have a social media platform, you might be trouble. That's a red flag. Criminal defense attorney here. I do not recommend going out with men who do not have a public page or something that you can search because then he's hiding something.
Yeah,
Hiding
right.
something.
Like it doesn't have to be a public page; it could be a private page,
No,
but
a
at least
private
have,
page, but like
but
a
at least
searchable page. Searchable.
right, like have family members in the picture or something, right? Like be a human being. Like,
Yeah, it's wild to me. You're saying that that's
oh,
not a
I
red
hear that a
flag.
lot. I hear that a
Bro,
lot.
I had a
I
girl
hear,
tell me that I don't post enough on Insta and Snapchat, and that's a red flag. And I'm like, what?
no, I've had people tell
Yeah.
me I post too much, and I'm like, all right. I'm like,
All right, we got to trade who we're talking to, all right? Like,
I know.
Oh my God.
We're talking to the wrong people. Like, I don't know.
Yes. But
Listen,
okay,
man.
yes. So I had a lot of thoughts about this part, but Josh, man, she should have. This is now what the fourth time somebody has said that a person's trying to take your blood, and she still didn't. It still didn't click on her. I cannot with this storyline because she's this is what she does for a living. She connects the dots. She looks at these clues and she argues in front of a jury, putting these clues together. And she's missing it in her life. That doesn't make any sense. Who is writing this? They don't have an attorney.
What, like, okay.
writing this.
Let me be devil's advocate here. Don't people say therapists are kind of like that too? Like, all the therapists are already screwed up the most, so they can't like fix their own life, but they're out there fixing other people's life. They do say that.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But it's her field. I think that's what gets me the most. It's like this is what she's doing. I don't know.
there's
Maybe.
a personal investment here.
It is because you don't really see, you see like these corporate attorneys, who are these big shots, and I just want it to be more for her.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that they did give her a love life. She's not a loveless, man-hating feminist attorney who is a typical storyline that we've seen in the past. So I like the fact that she's softer and she is a little bit naive and she is getting fooled. So I kind of like that too.
Poor girl. She was stuck to that phone like crazy. And I've been there. I've been in situations where you send a risky text and you're like waiting for it to come back and you're just like, oh man, checking every week. Oh my god, did I make a
Every
fool? Then
week.
like, well, every day, I guess. I don't know, every hour, every minute.
So you would check, like, walk around the room and check on your phone, like she
I
did.
would. I
Oh,
would be like, I'm a very like I'm glued to my text. So I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where like if I send a text and if it's like, we just hooked up and it's like I'm smiling all day. Yeah, I
oh,
kind of want to know what you feel about that.
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Jats, what about you? What about you? What are your text habits like?
I mean, I really am the same way. I do hinge on every minute waiting for a response to come in, and then I have to actively like tell myself, no, wait, just focus on work. Don't worry about this right now. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Do not worry about it right now. Just focus.
Do you
So do
guys double
you?
text? Do you double text? Yeah, I double text. I don't give a shit. I have no
I do
shame.
too. I do too. Okay, I do it too.
Do you examine your texts and, like, the hidden language, like Nikki and Jen did in their office, in Jen's office?
No, I'm super
No.
narcissistic. Like I'll read my tweets and I'll be like, "Oh my god, I'm hilarious."
So girls do
I'm
that. They
kidding.
will
I'm
go
kidding.
through. They'll go through and examine everything, try to make excuses. So that's something that girls do.
That's interesting. No.
You guys don't do that? So
No.
you're just looking at your message and just like, oh, she hasn't messaged me back, or whoever, and you don't think about why, like, all these reasons that could have happened, all these bad things that could have happened.
No,
You've prevented him.
I'm just like she got bored of me, like everyone else in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
The novelty of my existence tends to wear off on people.
It's easier to not go down that route just because, like, oh, they just probably ghosted me. It's okay. It happens all the time.
Yeah, I'll go
Like
put
once
on
you
like
once you go through that a few too many times, it's just like, oh, all right, okay,
we,
life
we,
goes on.
men go and put on an episode of Scrubs and they like walk it off.
Oh.
That's a different level of sadness. Hold up, what? You watch Scrubs after you get ghosted?
Yeah, yeah. Look, it used to be a lot more toxic. I used to watch 500 Days of Summer, and then and then I start to realize that the guy is actually the villain in that story if you watch it more carefully. And I'm just like, is it me? Am I the villain? Am I the drama?
Oh my god.
I'm glad you figured it out.
Yeah, I'm glad you have gotten better.
I am all about self-care, kind of like Jen in her little group therapy circle. So let's talk about
Yes.
that. Let's talk about little group therapy because we get a lot of new characters in this episode. Let's read them out. There is Manbull, who is from Daredevil, apparently, who is a man who looks like a bull. Then they got Ilagula, whose real name is Alejandro Montoya. Like, tell me that's not a ripoff of The Princess Bride, right?
Who ripped off who first? That's the real question.
I don't know. We have to find out. I would assume The Princess Bride came out in the 80s. So I don't know.
Alejandro Montoya.
My name is Alejandro Montoya. You've killed my father. Prepare to
not-
die. I don't know how it goes.
I think that's very
not the
similar.
line.
That's not the line. It's something like that.
It's similar.
I paraphrased.
We got to be nice to him, or else he's gonna go watch 500 Days of Summer.
Oh my god, that's a good one. All right. Then there's Porcupine. He is a She-Hulk villain. And then there's Saracen, who is the first vampire to exist in the Marvel universe, apparently. And you find him in Blade and Morbius. So he's actually a real vampire, not just someone who thinks he's a vampire, which is interesting. Very interesting.
All these characters are like minor or major, villains. Like Porcupine, for example, is one of Ant-Man's biggest antagonists. So
Yes.
these are going to be some really interesting characters that come back later. And I know people are complaining that, they introduce so many characters all at once. Like, why are they so bad at this? I'm like, no. How else do you introduce them? This is perfect.
Yeah,
It's a
it's kind of
perfect
like
intro.
Peacemaker, where Peacemaker introduced all these characters and then kills them off, or they're just like random and just there. Like, Same thing with the Harley Quinn show. The Harley Quinn show also introduces characters like Kite Man and Condiment King, and like they're just fun characters to have. They're not like special, which I think this show is doing the same thing for. What did you think of the new characters?
I I like them. I think they're really, really strange, but I like them. They're cute.
Who do you think? Who do you think has their life most put together?
Oh, probably the vampire. He's lived a long life. And
Yeah.
he crossed the line when he talked about sucking the blood. So he was definitely the most put together. Um,
he,
I
he did
am a
say he did say that Jen is great and tasty.
I am a little bit curious. And at what point will the MCU just say these are all mutants?
That's
We've
right.
had so many super powered
Yeah.
people on this show. What are they called?
So we know for a fact that Alejandro Montoya, he is a
His
mutant in the
lightning,
comics.
yeah, his
Mhm.
lightning
Yeah.
is not natural. That's a mutant power. His sword and his attire is, him being him. But the
Yeah.
lightning itself is what makes him a mutant.
Yeah. So he is a mutant. So I don't know. We will see. I think that's where they're going. I think that's what the main purpose of She-Hulk was, to just be like, hey, I don't know if you noticed, but there's like 100 mutants here right now, and we don't know how they got here. And it's the perfect show to do that with. It's perfect.
It really
Yeah.
is. But I love the therapy session. I love the fact that it was a bunch of male identifying characters doing it,
Yeah.
leading the
Yes.
session. And they're asking her to open up, who, she is the one who's closed off here and she's the one resisting. I love like the way they flipped the script on that. I thought it was really cute. Really cute.
Yeah. It was really, really funny. I like the whole calming chair aspect. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Because she got really mad and she was like, yo, what's this guy doing here? He tried to take my blood. And then she actually broke the fourth wall and was like, yo, was there previously on? Was there previously on? Because we got to show you.
This is the best part of the show, is that they just go and do things that they know that the audience wants to see.
Yo, I'm going to go on a limb and say that the fourth wall breaking in She-Hulk is way better than the fourth wall breaking in Daredevil.
100%.
Not Daredevil. What's the fuck? Deadpool. How did I forget his name? It just like had a brain fart.
Yeah.
It's okay, my guy. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. Yes. Yeah, but I don't know. I like when they he got really, really mad. She broke the fourth wall. Explained. If she didn't explain to us, I would not have known, because that guy did not look the same.
He didn't. It was because of his hair. His hair was styled
his hair
differently, and
was-
it totally
Yeah.
changed his face.
Hey, homie came out of a yurt. Can someone explain to me what a yurt is? I don't know what a yurt is, but I kind of want to do it.
Man. I don't do that hippie stuff. So I don't know.
Well,
It's-
let's Google it.
Google it. It felt like a hut, and like you just like smoke in it.
Well, it is a Turkish hut.
Ooh.
That's pretty much the only actual thing that it is. It's just like a traditional wooden portable brown tent hut.
That's weird. I feel like there should be some like self-discovering going on, like one of those pods where you like have like deprivation in the water. You can't pretend like you're a fetus. So I thought it would be like that.
I thought it was
Nope.
like a steam room with the smoke coming out. Like I was like,
Yeah.
how
Or,
is
like,
that special? But
maybe I'm confusing it with the ayahuasca, which is like where they do like the devil's
Oh,
breath.
Bro, have you been on one of those trips now?
So I've been to Burning Man, and I learned a lot. For a Muslim, that was a very educational trip for me, because I learned a lot about drugs on that trip.
thank God you know me now.
As someone who's never done some, that was like an education. Burning Man is like you learn about every drug at all time.
Thank God we know her now.
Yeah.
So
Oh man, no, that's good. All right, what else happened on this episode? This is actually one of the things that I think is really funny is that there are some dumb motherfuckers out here waiting till 3 o'clock in the morning for a show they hate just to see Deadpool 2 nights in a row. Daredevil. Oh my god, I mixed it up again. What is wrong with me?
Neebz fan.
Are you sure you haven't tried some of those drugs that
I
you
think I might have. I've listen. If
don't
I've
admit
ever,
it. Don't admit it.
yeah. Thank you for being my
This is
lawyer.
recorded. This is recorded. She's correct. Don't say anything live.
Don't say anything.
Look, there may have been an episode already where that was the case. May or may not. I don't know. It's not this one, but there may have been one.
Oh, that's funny. No. What were you saying?
We were talking about the hut, and then we moved on to talking about how people were staying up all night to
Yes.
watch the show just to see Deadpool, and they haven't had
Daredevil.
two episodes.
Daredevil.
Oh, Daredevil.
You did it again.
You're doing it on purpose now. There's no way. Okay, actually, he's not doing it on purpose. This is a real laugh.
Oh, it's okay. Am I? All right. Anyways, yes, that was it. That's I still think it's funny. Still think it's funny. The dudes are staying up all night for that.
I mean, it's hilarious that they're staying up watching a show that they hate just to hate it some more.
Because like I wake up
in
in
best.
I wake up in
so great.
I wake up in the morning and I see tweets and I look at them and it's still like 3:28 a.m. and I'm just like dying. Oh,
I have a
it's
couple
so
of friends who hate the show, and I'm just like, why'd you stay up and watch? And they keep complaining, like, oh, we're gonna watch it for Matt Murdock. I'm like, yo, he's not gonna be in the show until the very last episode.
Exactly.
You're just gonna hate yourself more and more for this.
All right, so I do think that's funny, but I do have some critiques from this week's episode. I do have some critiques. Like y'all gotta wrap it up, man. It's 2 episodes left. Like not enough's happened. The ending is going to feel very convoluted, very rushed, in my opinion, because there's not enough. What do
Wait,
you guys
two
think?
episodes left?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's only 2 episodes left.
I thought this episode was just too much filler. Like the whole segment, 2-minute segment of her walking around trying to find signal. Like I don't need to see her walking through every single part of this ranch, forest, whatever. Give me something else. And the only part that was really relevant was the last 2 minutes, right?
Yeah,
But-
where she had her breakthrough,
Yeah,
right? Where she
I
had a
just-
little breakthrough, and which I really did like. I thought that was really good. That like she started to love herself and started to really understand what she's doing and how she's harming herself and why she's acting the way she's acting. And then she deleted the guy's number. Then we found out what that guy really wanted and made me hate him even more.
Mhm.
I did enjoy that. I did like that. I thought how we got there took way more time, and we don't have enough episodes to have 2 fillers in a row, in my opinion.
I agree. Yeah, it was there was too much of it today. I was a little bored, not gonna lie. I had to watch the episode twice because I got so bored the first time. I was like, oh, what's happening here? I just want to see more of her life as She-Hulk doing everyday thing. I didn't care about what's going on in that ranch.
I
I mean,
wanna-
the characters were fun, but
I want to see more lawyering. It's a lawyer show. Where's the lawyering?
yeah, the
Sue
lawyer-
more people.
Yeah,
Or
I mean, no.
in their case, defend more people. Yeah.
more people.
Oh, well. Tomato.
Yeah, that's true. It's what side of the coin you're on, but it is the same coin. Here's the thing, though. Even if they did this episode to introduce these mutants, right? How else would you do it, though?
I think this is the way to do it. I think there's no better way to do it.
Right. Like,
I
it's
think it
a
was
filler
just too
show.
long. It was just too long, maybe.
Well, they had to get 40 minutes in to,
Yeah,
please the people.
true.
So
Was it really 40 minutes? I felt like this episode flew because I think I was so bored.
Yeah, I felt like it flew too because I went back to take notes and there was like very little. There's like nothing on
Yeah.
intelligentsia except for that one line.
Mhm.
There's a bunch of therapy sessions, and then just her dating life. Like, was
I
kind of
wanted
weak.
more Nikki.
Yeah, I
Nikki.
love Nikki.
Nikki's
Yo,
a fantastic character.
Nikki. I want more Madison with 2
Madison.
N's and a Y, but not where you
Yes.
think.
it's 30 minutes, actually.
Oh, so it was a short episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, all 30
You know-
minutes, actually.
You know what it is? It's the fucking end credits. They're like 10 minutes long. They're so
Yeah,
long.
They are. But they're so funny. Like the drawings, how they showed the light matadoring.
I like that, but I don't
Yeah.
like how they show the credits in Spanish and Chinese and all this stuff. Like, I don't need to see all that. Like, if
Yeah.
I'm not watching it in Chinese, I don't need to see the Chinese credits. Right? Right? That
There
makes
isn't a
sense.
contract. I think that's a contract issue.
I feel like in Disney Plus, you should be able
Yeah.
to pick what subtitles you want, pick what audio you want, and those are the end credits you see. I feel like that's fair.
I
Okay.
think the credits are an issue between contracts, and they have to have.
That's true. Like, think about it. Like, you know how
Yeah.
some people were like, "Oh, we need the big actors up front, and then the minor actors later." That probably is a true contract issue.
It is a true
and it is
contract
in all
issue.
languages. So yeah, then they're probably just adhering to all global contracts that way.
But then why didn't Netflix and HBO Max and Amazon have to do that?
I
'Cause
think they do it. They just go to the next episode before we see all of them, or they say, "Oh, here, watch this instead," before they get to that.
because they drop more episodes, maybe.
They're just like a content platform. They're not the ones actually recording it, so they don't have to like show all the credits, right? They're not the company producing the show. They're just a content platform. They can do whatever they want, right?
I don't know. I feel like Netflix is.
Well, certain shows, right?
Mhm.
But then, like, if it's a show produced by, say WB, but it's on Netflix, then they're just gonna be like, "Here, watch this instead right now," so we get more viewership hours.
I feel like that would make it worse because you wouldn't get the complete hours because people would turn it off right when the end credits come. So if you make the end credits really long, like after the end credits with the pictures end, I turn it off. So they're not getting the full credit.
They're not getting the extra few minutes, fine, but with Netflix, right, you would get another hour then. So you sacrifice 4 minutes to get an hour. That's worth it.
Is it worth it? Let me work it. Put the thing down, put it in reverse.
Oh, I'm so glad I set that up for you.
You set that up. All right. All right. Well, that's all we have for today's episode. Like you said, there wasn't a lot going on. Any final thoughts? Want to go first?
How did she not wake up when Josh was taking pictures of her? That's why I want to know. Oh my God. But no, I think the episode, even though it was a little slow, maybe a little boring, but it's a fun episode. It's good. I love it. I love the show. I like the way they're showing the different characters. Could it be more efficient? Sure. But hey, I'm a fan. I love it all.
Yep.
That's the question though. Like with the photo that they took, right? What's gonna happen? Like, is that gonna be some like revenge porn kind of thing later on? Like,
no, I think it was just proof that he got her blood. Just to say, like, oh, he didn't give some random person's blood.
Oh, okay.
You think she didn't feel the syringe going?
That's the thing. Like, I feel like when Banner put the gun in his mouth and fired it, right? The other Hulk was awake. Was like, no, I'm gonna spit the bullet back out, right? I feel like She-Hulk, her thing would have kicked in instinctively too.
Yeah, I don't know. Plot hole.
Plot hole, maybe.
There was a plot difference. Did you guys notice? So in the beginning of the show, she pulled him into her apartment with the shirt, like she grabbed his shirt. And then at the end, when they're doing the flashback, she grabs his neck and pulled him in. So whoever was doing the editing messed up there.
Was it? Phoning it in.
Oh yeah, I saw it twice today.
Or was that like multiple days that they did that?
Well, it was 3 days, like 3 days ago, right? She had talked about.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't mind that because it's an unreliable narrator. That was her flashback. It wasn't an actual show's flashback. No, wait. Right?
No, I think it was the show flashback, right?
Oh, it was
her flashback. She didn't make the dots. She didn't connect any dots yet. The show just showed us.
The show did. Yeah.
3 nights.
You're right. Okay. All right. Well, my final thoughts is that I did not love this episode, but I think it's because we don't have enough episodes. And that's why, like, there's only 2 episodes left. And because of that, like, it was in the back of my head. Like, get to it. What's going on? Where's the story? And if there's no story at all, and it's just her character development, and that's the whole point of the story, I'm okay with that. But I don't want to see a villain reveal and be gone in one episode. Like, I hate that. It cheapens it. I want to see the villain for a few more episodes.
Man, so I don't think there will be a villain.
I'd rather there not be a villain than they just show one at the last minute and then he's gone.
Yeah. I think the show is strictly just to make fun of people on the internet.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah, I would be okay with that.
They're just trolling us the entire time. Because, like, I'll be very honest, right? The very first episode of, like, the preview we were talking about, right? I was like, I'm excited to see Matt Murdock and She-Hulk, right? Mm-hmm. And the show is just like, no. And so people got mad about it. I'm over here just laughing about it now. I'm like, oh, well played. I think that might be the whole show. Like, it's just truly a troll session of Disney just making fun of these like nerdy fanboys just getting angry about a show about a woman.
I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at that.
That would be amazing. I would be like 10 out of 10. Take an extra year of Disney Plus. Like, just well done.
If you don't do it, you should send Disney that idea because they do need to do that then.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Do you want to say anything or promote anything before you leave? Anything
Social
else?
media,
No, I
web,
love your
I-
show.
anything.
It's fun. It's been fun. Thanks for having
Oh,
me.
thank you. Thank you. Well, listen, when people don't want to promote their website or their Twitter or anything like that, we tell our fans to send them good vibes and prayers and duas. All right, we'll
Oh,
give
thank
you
you.
that.
Thanks.
Yes, that's what we do here at Salaam Nerds. Bye, guys.
Peace.